Hello guys, there is a developing story, or rather another case of missing person. A lady who goes by the name Goodnews with the Instagram handle Instructor Goody went missing on the 28th of March 2024. Until her disappearance, she lived in Port Harcourt. And while Mr. Andrew Amechi Ochekwo was in Port Harcourt, this lady served as his personal gym instructor. Now, when this lady went missing, her sister reported the case to Oji Police Station, Port Harcourt. Then her phone was tracked to somewhere in Aba. Mr. Harrison, who released this information, is not specific as to the location where the phone was tracked to in Aba. But the bottom line is that the phone was tracked to somewhere in Aba, but because of financial constraints, they could not continue with the investigation. Now, one funny thing just happened. Goody's friend knew that sometime ago, because she had worked as gym instructor to Andrew, it is easy to understand that they have a relationship. Then in one of her posts on Instagram, she had posted Andrew and tagged him to the picture. Goody's friend just discovered something. She went back to the Instagram page of her friend who is missing, and he couldn't find that very post where he tagged Andrew. Ordinarily, one shouldn't read meaning into this. It is even possible that she discovered that that very post where she tagged Andrew had been put down while Andrew was alive. This is possible. And at that point, she couldn't have read any meaning into it. But as a lot of things are being reviewed now, as a lot of things are coming up, I believe she's able to look back in retrospect and she's able to connect the dots. Now looking back, things that didn't make sense at first begins to give a different meaning and she's able to reconnect the dots. Now we are not alleging anything, but the point we are trying to make here is that all the ladies that have had issues with Andrew always came out without their phone. So in other words, it means Andrew always collects their phone. When we look at the recent story of Celine and Afiba, we can see that Celine went missing the same day she visited Andrew. The next day, 1 million naira was withdrawn from her account. She couldn't have been the one that withdrew that money unless she made the transfer under duress. Then again, we look at the chart that was released, which has been alleged to be doctored because there is no date to it. And we look at the testimony of Rachel also, who also testified to the fact that Andrew could send doctored messages. When we look also at the statement of Afiba's husband, who stated that they have made inquiries and Celine's friend confirmed that those text messages flying around purported to be sent by Celine couldn't have been from her because she doesn't chat that way. What does all this point out to? It points out to the fact that Andrew could collect his victim's phone or make them to do certain things under duress. So when we reason this, we can allege that Andrew may have had a hand in the lady's disappearance, and afterwards he put down that post to make it appear like he and the lady never had any relationship or interactions. Opinion. But it is the duty of the Nigerian police force to investigate this case properly. As a matter of fact, the Nigerian police force need to restore the hope of Nigerians, the faith of Nigerians in the police force. And how can they do this? First of all, many Nigerians are divided about the disappearance of Mr. Andrew. Many people do not believe that he is truly dead. Others believe that he is dead. Whereas the Nigerian police don't owe us that explanation. It is important they conduct a DNA test to prove that Mr. Andrew is truly dead. Once this is ascertained, then they have to go ahead and prove and show us who are those responsible for his death. Who are the people responsible for Andrew's death and for what reason? These questions are important. And Nigerian police should try to find out the answers to these questions because it will restore the hope of Nigerians in the police force. Then again, we are still looking for the missing bodies. We are still looking for Andrew and Afiba. Where are they? If they are dead, where is their corpse? Can they unravel these things to restore the hope of Nigerians in the police force?